Hey guys, Corey Davis here. So I'm going to break down the Hyrox Dallas race now that we know how many laps there are. And I got a lot of feedback on my last video doing this for Atlanta, which was mostly positive. Thanks for doing this. Good information, coach, a lot of stuff like that. But I also got a lot of comments talking about how it was lazy to use a green screen effect and that a real director, anybody that I really admire their craft work, would use practical effects. And that this was lazy. So to that effect. And so now, with practical effects, doing it for real like Peter Jackson would, not on a green screen like George Lucas would. So the race course is as follows. So this one is confusing for two big reasons. One, it is 3 laps, then 2 the rest of the time. And then 2, the events are not in any order that makes sense to me. So as a reminder, we're going to start over here at our Red Bull start tunnel. You're going to go around, you're going to see the inside once, twice, and then on the third time go in and head over here to the ski erg. Then exit, go out the out, make sure you don't mess up these two, they're right next to each other. Go out the out, 1, 2, and then we're in for the sled push way down here. And then so on and so forth, going out the out, 1 in, 2 in, and then sled pull. So that is the same every time after the first one. So you can remember it won't be that bad because basically this little bit is the only bit of extra you have to do. So lap on run 1, it's 1, 2, 3, and then the rest of the time it's 2. So not too bad. For timing purposes, I have no idea how to estimate your timing on the first lap because of this extra little quarter of a run you're doing. Obviously it's going to be a quarter longer, but the rest of the time it should be really easy because the in and out are right next to each other. So if you're trying to run 5-minute laps or 5-minute runs, then when you get around back to the start point, you need to be at 2:30. And then when you get back, 5. So you can very easily cut this into halves by stopping right here, or quarters by seeing where you are for the ceremony stage. So if you want to run 4-minute 1Ks, then you need to be at a minute here, 2 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 4 minutes here. Just take your time you want to run, divide it by 4 to get that number, and 2 minutes to get here, so take your time you want to run, divide it by 2 to find out where you should be as you cross through here. That is the easiest way to know how fast you're running on a race when you don't actually have your GPS watch to tell you because you're indoors. Now, does that mean if you run 4-minute laps that you're running a 4-minute 1K? Probably not, because this extra distance here is worked into it somewhere. And this rock zone, I've had a lot of people tell me that it looks small. I don't know if that's true or not until we get there and actually see the venue. I would think that it's not that small because it's still only 2 laps. If it was small in here, I would think it would need to be a 3-lap race or a 4-lap race, but it's not, it's only 2. So I actually don't know that it means it's a small rock zone area, but if it is a big rock zone area or it's a small rock zone area, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be running 8.7 kilometers between the runs and the rock zone anyway. So if it's a small rock zone, that just means you're going to have longer runs. So don't overreact or panic when your runs feel like you're running at the right speed, but your runs seem long. It probably means you'll finish the race with a really fast rock zone time relative to other races and a really slow run time, but your total time should be comparable to other races unless you're running faster or slower. Other notable stuff here. So I talked about that the events were in a weird order. You need to go into the race and remind yourself of the order because they are labeled ski erg in 1, but since it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because that's so confusing, you just need to keep your mind, keep your wits about you of the order of the events and have those really well known for you so that you don't mess that up on race day. And then last thing, super dumb thing that I'm excited about, this is the first race in the US that I've seen that has a fun bridge. So normally they have to do this awkward, you could go right, you go left sort of nonsense stuff. This appears to be one of the fancy bridges that I've seen in foreign races, which looks awesome to me. That is so much better than running around and getting directed to the right or left. I don't think it actually adds any appreciable distance to a race, but man, when you get stuck going to the outside, it feels like it adds a lot. So I'm pumped about that. But that is the layout for Hyrox Dallas. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is worth the $25 investment in equipment here to do this effect practically instead of using green screen technology. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments if you need anything else answered about this race. Good luck.